Welcome to Area 51 Raceway. So I had a gentleman message me on YouTube. Well, he kind of left a comment, and he was asking how I didn't cut the bracket like Harry did. Now you could do it that way like Harry does, or you don't have to. But with Harry's method, it's just to make sure that the wheels are touching the block. Now mine are up in the air spinning, as you can see. And I'll show you a side view of it, and you can see it's got a little height to it underneath it. So if you run into that, what you want to do is make sure that the front axle is the same height as the rear axle. So what I do is I get some, I think these are 15 thousandths inch, I could be wrong, I'll measure them. I get some washers, and then I just kind of set the height up. And what you want to do is make sure that they're the equal same height. And you can measure them with, a little ruler, small little ruler to see how high they are, or a caliper. But yeah, you're just wanting to make sure that they're equal height on both ways. Now, the reason why I didn't cut the bracket is because I would prefer to have a belt sander, and I need to purchase one. And belt sanders are at Harbor Freight. They're cheap, and they're for this kind of stuff. If you plan on doing this kind of stuff on the long run, you have to buy tools. And my suggestion is, buy tools little at a time. Harbor Freight is your best friend. They got really cheap stuff. And I mean, you're not working on cars or diesel tractors or trailers like what I have in my garage, which is built for that stuff. Now, this kind of stuff at Harbor Freight, if you're working on small things like this, it'll be just as adequate enough. I mean, you only need snap-on pliers to, cut piano wire. You could just get regular, old-fashioned stuff. This is Craftsman because I got it on sale, but Harbor Freight's got all that stuff, or Lowe's, Cobalt, Cobalt tools. You don't need anything fancy. And again, this is real important. If you plan on doing this kind of stuff, over and over, you have to invest in the tools. You have to invest in the Dremel. You have to invest in this. Again, I want to get the belt sander because that's why I don't cut them, because I've done it once on my very first build. I didn't like how it came out, and then I had to file it, and it took me a long time to get it where I wanted it, because that's how I am. I want things to look really good and kind of like want them to be, nice looking. So what I recommended was doing it this way, because I didn't want to get people to, having to buy all kinds of stuff at once. So this is just kind of a beginner's thing. And this is why I didn't cut the bracket. And as you can see, it's a little higher. Now, one fault of this is that it may put the chassis too low, and then it may scrape. But with what I have with tires and wheels, I think I should be fine. But we'll find out because, like I said, this is all a learning process. I'm not an expert. I seek a lot of Harry's counsel on certain things because I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. And like he told me, that's just one way he does it. Doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just his way. And this is my way because I'm trying to show you the basics, because I want to get people into it. And then we can get into something more advanced where we start cutting stuff and, talking about other tools that you'll need. But again, I just wanted to refocus on that. That's why I didn't cut the bracket. So again, I hope this answers that gentleman's question. And this is just a quick video explaining that, because I haven't really finished the part 2 series video of this, because I'm trying to get it all down, and I have to edit that video. But we're going to continue with this, and what we're going to do is basically do the flock build like Harry's doing, and which is that chassis that he does for 125th. And this is kind of the same thing. He's calling it a rail job chassis, and that's what this is. And these little pieces of piano wire are going to bend up so we can connect the front axle. So looking forward to showing you that, because this is the first time I'll be doing it. So, but again, I just wanted to go over of not cutting the bracket or to cut the bracket. So it's really no big deal. I think most of the time the chassis won't sit too low, at least some of the ones that I've done. But the smaller wheel you go, obviously the more risk you do of actually having it too low. But I think we'll be okay here. So we'll find out, like I said, because again, it's just, how would you say, it is a learning process. And you're going to learn from your mistakes, and I make mistakes too. So I mean, it's not like, I'm Mr. Perfect, because I sure as hell I'm not. But I'm just trying to show the basic builder where to go from here, and I didn't want to overwhelm them with cutting stuff just yet. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Now this is the 1/32 CD slot cars body that I'll be using. and I got to paint that. So I'm going to be doing some cool paint job on the chassis and on the body. But I just wanted to share that about cutting this bracket. Uh, Again, it's to make sure that if you do cut it, if the wheels are touching the ground and the block, then you want these wheels to touch the block. Now that it sits a little higher, all you have to do is just put some washers and just make sure they're the same height, as the back wheels. Since they're off the ground, you want the front to be the same height. And I'll go over that as I put this together also. So, but that's it from Area 51 Raceway. I just wanted to point that out. Just wanted to say, hope this didn't confuse anybody. And again, you could message me on Area 51 Raceway NC if you have any questions, or you could email me. I know I put my email out there. It's 2004kid@gmail.com. So this is just a quick video to explain this. I'm not doing any fancy logos or stuff like I usually do, so I'm just uploading this right now to answer that gentleman's question, and hopefully he watches this video and kind of understands, and if he has any questions, let me know. Anyways, that's it. You take care and always have fun racing.